how you treat our ambassador is very important. Very, very important. And I'm glad you did that. But how you treat our citizens is more important.
I know. Yes.
Than even how you treat the ambassador.
Yes.
So, I mean, I just want to take you through, and I'm sure my colleagues will have some comments as well. You said you haven't seen any of the videos that are out there. I'm at liberty to show them to you. Everybody has a phone if you want, if that will convince you, because you said you haven't had an official complaint.
You must communicate to us as accredited consulates to you. Then if you communicate to us, we are going to be able to sit with you and then see the modality, how we are going to discuss it with our nationality.
You know what our government, including those of us here, the resistance we put up just to allow your medical personnel to come in a couple of days ago. Nigerians were worried for good reason, because we have this virus out there. And we're almost undiplomatic the way I'm talking, but it's because I am actually upset about what's going on. So I mean, I'm not sure how you want to address this. Have you spoken to your Nigerian counterpart in China? Have you spoken to the Nigerian ambassador in China?
No.
You haven't?
No.
Have you spoken
not
to
on this issue.
I'm talking about this issue. Have you spoken to any official Chinese or the Chinese government in China?
Definitely. We have to, like I promised the foreign minister, we take the very...
But you have not.
No, we have done it. But
you spoke to the Chinese government?
Oh, we're still waiting for because we are here. We don't get the picture, the whole picture. So, but we have to report the concern from Right Honorable Speaker and the Minister. We take it very seriously.
Yeah, whether you have, please, by Monday, because I'm aware that this is a weekend, but by Monday, so we have a couple of days.
Or Tuesday.
Please, or Tuesday, because Monday is a public holiday. Well, today is a public holiday, so we're working over public holiday.
You don't give me my results. Next time, if somebody comes, how would I prove to the person that I've done the test? So he even admitted, oh, you have a point. We'll do that. We'll give them the results. Tuesday, we started getting messages of harassment and people being proven negative, but now being asked to go and do the test. So I got worried. I said, what is going on? So I called Consular General that, look, call a meeting of this Ministry of Foreign Affairs so that we have clarity on what they really want to do, because if you said you're going to test, people have tested, they are negative. Why now do you go back and say that they have to be quarantined? So I called the man. He was a bit all over the place. So I asked Cynthia that, look, fine, call a meeting. So that meeting, first one took place on Wednesday. Today is Friday, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so the first one took place
Friday.
Wednesday. At the same time, I also informed my minister in Accra that this is what is happening. Then I called around to some of my colleagues, African diplomats, and I called our dean. Unfortunately, our dean is still out of the country. So I called him in Cameroon and I complained that this is what is happening to him. He said, he's also heard it. So when I spoke to some of my colleagues, they had all heard it. So I said, well, they will need to convene him. Because we didn't have the dean here, I called the next in command to basically say that, okay, I'm away, so you are in charge now. That's how our protocol was. So that delayed us by a day. But on Thursday, when the situation got really bad, we called again Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So when I got to the office yesterday, they said they wanted to meet with us. First, they said me alone. And I said, why would they want to meet with me alone? So initially, I rejected the meeting. Then later, I called and said, okay, I'll go. Then later, I was told that, no, it's not you alone. There are 4 of you. So I said, who are the other 4? They said they didn't know. But we fished, and then I realized that one of my colleagues, Tanzania, was in Kenya. So I requested that we should meet and discuss how we approach the meeting. So when we got to the meeting yesterday with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Director General, who is the head of Africa, that's our boss here in China. He basically went through their protocols and the usual language that they use. And the fact that they were not discriminating, but it was for the protection of our own citizens, that's why they were doing that, and all that. To be honest, we didn't buy it. So we have selected Kenya ambassador to be our spokesperson. And she spoke very well. We laid out all the issues, we gave examples, and we told them that basically, as far as we were concerned, this was a very racist move. Because if you are saying foreigners, why Africans only? They said they were starting with us. I said, why didn't you start with other nationalities? Because we have the lowest rate of infection. As far as we know, during the height of the COVID, only one African got it, and that person was not even in Guangzhou. So if you are saying that there is a problem in Guangzhou, why carpet bomb everybody? We were very, very straightforward and told them what we had to tell them. Now, after that, our Dean, Acting Dean, Djibouti assumed the status of Acting Dean and quickly called the meeting. So he called me yesterday, we spoke, and we agreed we'll have a meeting. So we had a meeting this afternoon. Now, yesterday in the evening, our president, Nana Ndudanko Akufo-Addo, had a meeting with us, ambassadors, for a briefing on what was happening. We did it by Zoom, just like we're doing now. So I gave him the channel, the injustice that was going on. So he's fully aware. This afternoon, we had the African diplomatic meeting. And that's why we have to end this meeting quickly, because we need to agree on the draft and content of the communique. It was a good meeting, lasted about 2 hours. We had senior ambassadors there, Niger, Equatorial Guinea, Malawi, all of them were there. It was agreed that we issue a strong communique. You get a copy tomorrow to the Chinese authorities, and we're going to be addressing it to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, expressing our displeasure and anger. At the same time, we've advised our various capitals to call the Chinese ambassadors in, disgust at what is happening, because we see it as very racial. And that we are calling on them to stop this thing immediately. Because one, they have not written to us as you and I speak formally about this thing, why they are doing it, why Africans have been singled out. They haven't. Nothing has been written to us, which is itself against diplomatic protocol. So I thought it would be good for me to call you quickly, since we've all been working together, brief you so that you are all aware. I think the decisions that will be taken tomorrow will bind all of us, which may include that we will not cooperate if they also don't tell us why they are doing this. Because our fear also is that with all this, what happens is, what is their responsibility? Because we have managed to go through this without falling sick. Now they are forcing us into quarantine, into hotels. I mean, to be honest, it's very disgusting. So that's what I wanted to share with you, that work is being done. The final draft, when it's ready and the ambassador signed, we'll share it with you. And we're not going to sit down quietly. That much I can assure you on that one. Because I feel very, very, very angry about it. And as I was telling one of my colleagues, this week has been one of my lowest points since I came to China and I started working, because even when I was living in the deep South in America, I didn't face this kind of racism. It's really, really bad. all I can continue to say that now we want proof, because the Chinese are, when we go, they will say, like yesterday, they said, oh, people are being sensational and they are putting videos together and it's not true. And this, so we would like you to also help us to give us specific stories. I don't need a lot, maybe 5 to 10, that when minister calls, she can say, okay, this has happened to Edward Boateng. Because there are instances where some of you have Chinese spouses, you will be tested, your spouse will not be tested. They will ask you to leave your spouse and go and live in another place. We need some of those examples. We need, for those of you who have, maybe you have an European friend, they come, they test you, but they don't test your European friend. We need to have some of those examples and the specific times those incidents took place and the dates.
The visa.
My visa.
Yeah, the
January 23rd.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so how long is it going to take for the results to be out?
Like a day.
A day.
Give or take. Yeah.
Okay.
If you are like you're okay, you don't have the virus, maybe nobody will call you. If you have this virus, someone will call you. Okay?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Have a nice day.
Yeah, so this is it. Actually, they didn't want me to record. She said, no, it's not okay to record. But look here, it's my safety. And then I don't know what you have in those swaps. I need to have evidence. Because it's been like 3 months I've not been outside China. And I don't really go out. So I believe he has to test negative. There shouldn't be anything fishy. So that's it.
14 jours, oh maman, 14 jours, 28 jours. Faut rentrer chez moi au pays. Fais quoi ici là? Envoie tous mes papiers. Envoie tous mes papiers. Envoie mes papiers. Envoie mes papiers. Envoie mes papiers. 14 jours. Il faut 14 jours. Étant en quarantaine. Envoie mes papiers que les Américains m'ont donné à l'hôpital. Maintenant, on m'a encore 14 jours, 28 jours en cellule. Moi, il faut comment? I want to go back my country. Me to Africa. No problem. Me to Africa. Send back to friend. Me to Africa. Send me to me to Africa. No problem. No problem. Me passport. Please send me. Fly to Africa. No problem. Me after here. We on fatigué. 14 days, 3 days. I do what?
China for 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Me business. Me business. Me business. Me business. Me business in my country. I should go back to my country.
My visa will be
Expire. I want to go back to my country.
will be finished.
It's finished. I want to go back to my country. I'm tired.
If there's possible tomorrow.
I'm tired.
3 days.
I know already 14, but now must go. Okay.
Let's go.
I must go. Me, my flight to Africa, no problem. Me to Africa.
老板，你给我这个一个。
这个是啊，
一个给我。
我看看，有的有，他刚好啊，有的。
C'est la magie.
这里还有了，这里啊。谢谢。